What we fuel our body with is very important, and people are right when they say you are what you eat. Hello, my name is Samantha Novak, and today I would love to discuss with you the dangers and consequences of pesticides in the food that we eat every day. I feel that this is a very important issue, greatly affecting consumers everywhere in the United States. According to Healthline.com, pesticides are chemicals used to control any organism that might invade or damage crops, food stores, or homes. Major crop corporations frequently use pesticides in their fields in order to move and effectively and efficiently grow mass crops. These infected crops are mass sold and consumed from big box corporations that many of us frequently shop at. These include Walmart, Target, Giant Eagle, Kroger, and many more. More than 90% of Americans have pesticides or their byproducts in their bodies. Mostly seen in conventionally grown fruits and vegetables, these chemicals are in virtually any food that is not labeled organic. Some examples of frequently used pesticide chemicals found in food today are insecticides, herbicides, rodenticides, and fungicides. Insecticides are used to reduce destruction and contamination of growing and harvested crops by insects and their eggs. Herbicides, also known as weed killers, improve crop yields. Thirdly, rodenticides are seen as important for controlling destruction and contamination of crops by vermin and rodent-borne diseases. Lastly, fungicides are used for specifically protecting harvested crops and seeds from fungal rot. Now I would like to invite you to close your eyes for a few minutes and imagine a world where cancer, diabetes, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and other varieties of major life-threatening disorders are less frequently diagnosed and heard from. Imagine the length of life of those affected by these diseases and how much life they will experience by having not been diagnosed with these diseases. For example, grandfathers and grandmothers will be able to see grandchildren grow and thrive. Imagine more fathers being able to walk their daughters down the aisle on their wedding days. Imagine more mothers being able to enjoy more Mother's Days with their children. In a world that is pesticide free, all these possibilities are closer to reality. Pesticides on food today contribute to a majority of the major health problems affecting a major part of the American population. According to pudmed.ncbi.nlm.nih.gov, pesticides have been shown to be involved in the pathogenesis of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's disease, as well as various disorders of the respiratory tract and reproductive tracts. Oxidative stress caused by pesticides is an important mechanism through which many of the pesticides exert their harmful effects. Oxidative stress is known to cause DNA damage, which in turn may cause malignancies and other disorders. Modulating the gene expression at the level of non-coding RNAs, histone deactylase, DNA methylation patterns suggesting their role in epigenetics. Not only do pesticides cause physical harm to DNA sequences of our bodies, but they are also known to be highly cancerous and pose a huge threat to mostly American health. According to BeyondPesticides.org, pesticides fall victim to causing many variations of cancer. Those cancers including bladder cancer, bone cancer, brain cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, colorectal cancer, eye cancer, gallbladder cancer, kidney and renal cancer, laryngeal cancer, leukemia, lip cancer, liver and hepatic tumors, lung cancer, lymphoma, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, melanoma, mouth cancer, multiple myeloma, neuroblastoma, oropharyngeal cancer, ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, prostate cancer, sinonasal cancer, soft tissue sarcoma, stomach cancer, testicular cancer, thyroid cancer, and uterine cancer. With all of this information in mind, I personally believe that it's safe to say that pesticides are only hurting the American population of consumers and need to be more controlled in order to have healthier well-being of American consumers. However, other than the United States, most major European countries have banned or limited the use of pesticides that are still frequently used within the United States of America. For instance, countries such as France, Ireland, and the United Kingdom, just to name a few, have significantly reduced and limited the amount of pesticides in foods being consumed by the population. These countries have noticed the rate at which pesticides are harming their populations, and they have significantly reduced and got rid of most pesticides in order to fix this issue. Seeing that the number of pesticides in food stores and supplies has significantly decreased within these countries, it is no surprise that the statistics of cancer, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and diabetes are also significantly lower within these European populations than those compared with the United States. And it is very easy to see how the decrease in pesticide use has been parallel with the statistics of a decrease in health issues that are only really seen more frequently in the United States because of this major contributing factor to these diseases. Having major health benefits to reduce these pesticides is very much an important issue that Americans must be made more aware of and alert about in order to take their health into their own hands and take action as needed. Not only do pesticides pose major harmful effects to American health and disease rates, but also environmental risks and damage. According to Hannah Ritchie, author of the article Can We Reduce Fertilizer Use Without Sacrificing Food Production for OurWorldOfData.org, she states, when they're over-applied, they can also become an environmental pollutant. We might assume that there is nothing we can do that to achieve higher yields we need more inputs and therefore necessarily cause more pollution. But the research shows that this is not necessarily true. Farmers in many countries can reduce fertilizer use without sacrificing food production. Pesticide overuse, spills, leaking, and storage tanks, rainwater runoff from overtreated areas, spray drift, and improper disposal of pesticides all pose threat to major environmental damage. For instance, runoff of affected areas, spray drift, preventable leaks, and spills all have the potential to infect water sources such as local ponds, creeks, rivers, and lakes. With pesticides infecting natural habitats of many fish, plants, snakes, turtles, birds, and various wildlife, along with our drinking sources. Much of the misuse and overuse of pesticide causing problems physiologically and environmentally can be solved, prevented, and reduced. Further evidence to the environmental risks that are exposed because of pesticide misuse is found within the article The Environmental Impact of Pesticides by worldatlas.com. Worldatlas.com states, research has shown, for example, that over 95% of herbicides and over 98% of insecticides do not reach the targeted pest. This is because pesticides are applied over large tracts of land and are carried away by the wind and water runoff. As these chemicals travel to other areas, they affect a number of plant and animal species. Additionally, storage, transportation, and production allow some qualities of pesticides to be introduced to the environment. Pesticide use in the United States has only been seen to be on the incline over the past decades. However, solutions have been found which have been starting to put the problem of pesticide misuse and overuse more under control than what it's been. However, there can still be more action to be taken. These chemicals have been known, along with more European countries, the United States have stopped using organophosphate and carbamate insecticides. These chemicals have been known to be some of the most toxic within the class of pesticides. Additionally, many major companies have been gaining traction on this rising issue and have begun using pesticides with a they begun to use pesticides with a reduced amount of side effects for non-target species. These two examples are just a few of the solutions to this major issue being enforced to prevent the further pesticide damage. On the other hand, there are also ways that not only major companies, but consumers like you and I are able to improve safety from these dangerous and invasive chemicals. This simple solution involves buying and consuming organically labeled foods from your local grocery store. TheConversation.com dives further into the solution within their article, Eating Organic Food Significantly Lowers Pesticide Exposure, a Study. Their article further states, eating an organic diet for a week can cause pesticide levels to drop by almost 90% in adults. Research from RMIT University has found the study led by Dr. Eliza Oates found participants' urinary dialkophosphate levels, or DAPs, measured were 89% lower when they ate an organic diet for 7 days compared to a conventional diet for the same amount of time. DAPs make up to 70 to 80% of organophosphate pesticides. With this action of eating more of an organic diet, consumers will be benefiting to a reduction of numerous health risks found to be associated to pesticide use and consumption. With all this information in mind, next time you make your weekly trip to the grocery store, consider buying from the organic food options. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed my oral presentation on this important issue. Have a great day.